Are there really UFOs over Ukraine? I don't know if you've seen this. I've seen it a few different places. There are some reports. I'll put a link in the description of some of the news articles that have talked about this. But there appears to be, and I believe it's astronomers from Ukraine are reporting that there are a lot of unidentified um, vessels, we'll say, in the sky over Ukraine. And, you know, it's scientists are saying we don't know what these are, and nobody's claiming them. Anyways, I will put my sources, the couple of articles that I've read about it, in the description. So, if you're new to the channel, my name is Melissa. I do random ass tarot readings like this, as well as witchy unboxing videos, and occasionally Metaphysical Monday, where we pick a metaphysical topic, we meaning me and I guess my guides, and I be your muse, and, put a subject out there for you to hopefully maybe learn about on your own. So, I have here the Field Tarot and the Mystic Martian Oracle deck. I'm not sure if we'll get to this deck. This is kind of a goofy, jokey deck, so we'll see what the mood of the tarot reading is, and then maybe pull a card or two from the Mystic Martian. All right, so what do we want to know? What is going on with all of the potential spaceships over Ukraine? So let's get in there. All right, that one jumped out, but I didn't ask a question yet. We'll look at it and we'll put it back in. The sun. Interesting. The sun. We'll maybe try and keep that in mind for later. That popped out. Any imagery that's coming to mind is the emphasis on the rays around the sun. So there's that, and also the mountainy thing there going on. So I'm going to stick her back in. That might have some meaning. I don't usually read jumpers too heavily. All right, so what can we know about spaceships over Ukraine? Okay, so Ten of Swords, despair. We know what's going on in Ukraine. We know that. And if you're here to hear anything regarding conflict in Ukraine, I'm not going to, unless something like this comes up, I may touch on it a little bit, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about the spaceships, okay? So now is your opportunity to click away if you're not interested. All right, so Ten of Swords, despair. We know what's going on. So that I feel like could be a reason for potential space activity. And then we have the Princess of Cups, which would be like our Page of Cups. So a kind of naive, young energy there regarding cups, which would be emotion. And the key word on this card is dreams. So I'm feeling like this is kind of... there's like a kindergarten type phrase that comes to mind, and I can't quite catch it. But some kind of a new naive energy there. All right, and then we have the Seven of Swords, deception. So the Suit of Swords, communication, air energy, thought, that sort of thing. I feel like this has to do with there may be something, and when I think when the keyword dreams triggers the moon card to me, which makes me think of illusion, again, deception, something not being seen. And look, her eyes are closed. I don't know if you can see that, but her eyes are closed. It's kind of something unseen going on here behind the scenes. That just popped in my head. So maybe there's some kind of activity behind the scenes. But most that we have, this one's laying down, rest. Ten of Swords is done over. But also, there's no entry here. You can't, there's typically on the Ten of Swords, it's more about almost playing possum, faking dead, just to get through something, to get something off your back. Back. Something about the back being turned too. Um, but the 10 is the end of a cycle, so it's like the end of suffering, the end of pain. Despair, usually that elicits a feeling of rock bottom, that, you know, this is as low as it can get, it can only go up from here, kind of energy. Putting these together with like just a general what do we need to know, I feel like there's something going on behind the scenes. There's something kind of oh, I'm getting stabbed in the back. Someone's being there's like a stab in the back energy here. Eyes closed, turning a blind eye. That's an interesting thought. Turning a blind eye, backstabbing. I'm getting a lot of that kind of energy. As far as aliens or extraterrestrials, beings from not Earth, I feel like, are they? Okay, so with this naive energy that I'm getting from this Princess of Cups here, it's kind of giving me like being taken advantage of. Maybe that was like maybe the kindergarten thing that was kind of I was feeling before, being taken advantage of. We have deception and we have despair. I feel like there's somebody taking advantage of a situation, kicking someone while they're down, but not the kicking part of kicking someone when they're down. It's not a kick. It's just taking advantage of somebody being down. So wow. So the energy that I'm kind of getting is that, you know, there may be forces is the word that came to mind, but that's not what I wanted to say. But that's what came to mind. So I'll go with it. You know, there are forces at play that are wanting to take advantage of the, you know, despair and the condition of the area at the time. I just kind of, really strongly getting being taken advantage of, a stab in the back, that kind of stuff. All right, so is it extraterrestrials? Can we get one card, yes or no, positive or negative? Are there actual beings behind what's being seen in space above that area, or in the sky above that area? Are there non-human beings behind this? Temperance, balance. Both. Okay, so I'm kind of getting an okay. It's temperance is both. Temperance is both. It's a yes and a no. It's aliens and it's not aliens. That kind of energy. So maybe it's not necessarily aliens. I might need to pull some clarifiers on that. But I'm getting it's not yes or no. It's both. It's both and it's neither. It's both and it's neither. Is what I'm getting. So there it could be. It could be. My tarot cards are saying it could be non-human beings behind that. All right, I'm gonna pull two clarifiers. Just dropped one on the ground. The one that fell out and went to the ground is the Ace of Discs. So it could have something to do with money, but I'm gonna put that back in the deck. We're not reading that one into it, but hey, you never know. And then we have the Sun too, which is also another big round circle. All right, okay. Please clarify this Temperance card as a yes or no. Are there non-human beings over Ukraine? Ooh, okay. Three of Discs. Prince of Wands. Works and instigation. Oh. Okay, so we have earth energy, fire energy here. Not sure how I feel about that. Instigation, I'm getting the fire energy from the wands, and I'm thinking like, okay, so if this is earth, this is fire. Kind of instigation, not inflammation, ignite. That's the word that I'm getting for this card, is ignition, not instigation, but more of an ignition energy. It's definitely the beginning of something. This prince is, again, same as the princess here, kind of youthful energy, young, naive energy, having to do with passion, instigation, or as I really see it, as an ignition. So there could be something. And then the three works, the three of discs or pentacles would be, coming together with a plan. So, and this is also early stages. So I'm getting early stages of ignition of something. So I feel like whether it's a yes or no for it being extraterrestrial beings, I feel like it's the beginning of finding that out. That there's a plan being put into action. But again, with that, both yes and no, but also neither. I feel like it definitely could be, but I feel like maybe it could be, this is just a guess, not from the cards, but it could be something to do with it being humans behind it, but who are being directed by non-humans, if that makes sense. But there's like a coming together here, a plan that is being ignited. Like there was a plan that was made. Oh, my right ear's ringing. There's a plan that's being made, or that was made. There was a plan made, right? So the Three of Pentacles is about, pulling a plan together, getting a third party involved. That's where we start to see the formation of cells in the womb, the circle of life, the flower of life, not circle of life, the flower of life, the seed of life, is where those circles start to come together. That's where we start to see the growth. But I really get big plan energy from that card. Generally, it's like this plan was the fire pit, and we have possible extraterrestrials with a torch here to light that fire, to start the flame. Like, we prepared a fire. There's wood. It's there. There's kindling. It's ready to go. All we need is a spark, and I feel like this is the spark. So I do feel like it may be again. And then this is also teamwork. Why didn't I catch that in the beginning? I guess I needed to say the other stuff too. But that's the Three of Pentacles is teamwork. When I said bringing someone else in, a third party, I feel like that's, I don't know why I didn't say that before, because that's teamwork, which would go back to the both, neither or both, neither and both, teamwork. And then here comes someone to like toss a cigarette butt in there and let it go, So that, okay. All right. So who then? Who is behind it? Eight of Swords, isolation. They're not telling. That's like a mum's the word. The Eight of Swords is bound. In other decks, it's usually a female bound with ropes, surrounded by swords, blindfolded. This is isolation. This is we're not going to tell you right now. That's what I'm getting from that. So should we stop the reading there? I do feel like I do want a why, though. I want a why. What's the purpose for this plan that's being put into action? We're going with there's a plan being put into action. So what is the purpose of the possible UFOs? That one popped out. All right, so we have the Seven of Wands that kind of jumped out and flipped over, so off to the side she goes. But the Seven of Wands is valor, is the key word here. For me, that would be more of defense. I get defense from the Seven of Wands. Defending your stuff, I guess. I don't know, defending your property, defending your views, defending your passions, if we're going with the energy of Fire for the wands, the element of fire, defense. Maybe they feel like they need to defend themselves. We have the Lovers and the Chariot, 2 major arcana cards. I love, wow. Okay, do I have the, yeah, I just had to make sure those were showing up for you. I love the dark and light, dark and light. You see that? We have a big moon back here, which was what I was getting from this Princess of Cups. But partnership, the balance of dark and light is big energy for me that's showing up here. It's a balance of dark and light. And that's just an intuitive way of reading the cards. But the Chariot does kind of have that energy to it because there usually is a dark horse and a light horse that are leading the Chariot. There is no actual chariot here, though, in this card. It is just the horses. So I kind of take that as being putting the cart before the horse. I don't know why that jumped in my head. Maybe I'm putting the cart cart before ahead of the... What the heck? I don't even know what I just said. Maybe that's what I'm doing, putting the cart before the horse. That's what it was. In like doing this, maybe coming out with that information, whoever the astronomer was or whatever, maybe they were putting the cart before the horse, like, you know, putting the information out there before they really knew the details. That could be something that's going on here. But I'm getting a lot of balance. We also had that Temperance out there, a balance of light and dark. Like they're here to balance things, or I did ask why. So they're here to balance things, or they're waiting for their opportunity to balance things. She's kind of waiting. I know that one just jumped out, but she is kind of like waiting, ready. I kind of get the energy that may be why, is to balance some dark and light here. Balance, dark, and light. So let's just really quickly over the traditional meanings. Partnership for the Lovers, divine counterpart kind of situation, like meant to be together. Maybe humans and non-humans were supposed to be united in some way, and the way they have their arms kind of crossed and interlocked-ish kind of gives off that too. And then the Chariot is movement. It can be travel, it can be and this is in the night sky too. Usually the Chariot is very like bright and daylight, but Chariot being about movement, but also there's usually a healing energy to it. So yeah, I feel like this is a step forward is what I just kind of heard. So they're trying to progression. Okay, so yeah, I'm kind of getting for a why is like for progression, to progress us forward, to link us together, to kind of come together, have a union or reunion. Yeah. All right, so just for funsies, that's going to be the tarot reading. Just for funsies, let's pull a card from the Mystic Martian Oracle deck. Or 2. Let's do 2. I'm feeling 2. Okay, like, don't flag me, please. What in the... Don't flag me for this one. I didn't draw it. It's not a real person, but what is this? What is this? I should probably cover that, but what is this? The Lovers. Lovers. Sensuality. Again, union, intertwining, like I said, with their arms. Wow. Melanie. Melanie would say, you can't make this shit up. And that is one of those things you can't. She passed. She was here on YouTube as Melanie Joy. She was diagnosed with ALS, and I believe it was about 4 or 5 months. She passed last week, 2 weeks ago. And we had a very tight-knit group, so for that to come out and that just like immediately, that's what Melanie would say. I feel like now I know that she is kind of here with me. And then we have the fire element. Again, like I said, with this fire, I'm getting warrior, passion, fearlessness. Okay, so we have the element of fire, and we have the Lovers kind of intertwined. I'm going to try and make it so I don't get some kind of thing going on here. Why don't I? A modesty spread. But yeah, that again, that's kind of weird. I was expecting that to be for funsies and kind of not really applicable, but yeah. What is going on though in the I didn't really look at the picture on this one. I was so connected to this, I didn't even notice that there is literally a woman on fire here. And the sun up there with the moon here. And we had the sun pop out when I was shuffling, so that's very interesting. And then we have that 3 too. There are 3 elements needed for, not I guess elements for a fire, which is kind of weird if you think about it, because fire is an element. Anyways, you need if you learn about fire safety in any capacity, I was a school bus driver many years ago, and this is one of the things that we had to take. But most people kind of know this, I assume. That I uncovered her modesty. There are 3 things you need: the fuel, an ignition, and you need oxygen. So it sounds to me like all the elements are coming together to produce some kind of big spark. But I don't, this is the only card that really gives me like, this is a big deal, like scary. Nothing else seemed very scary at all about this. It was more about partnership and all of that sort of thing. And I'm just getting the word embrace from the intertwining here as well. So it's something that we can embrace. We don't know her story. Maybe she deserves it. Just saying. So this could be, so it does say fearlessness too. Warrior, passion, and fearlessness. Fearlessness is what I was just about to say. It's maybe nothing to be afraid of. That is like a necessary thing that I don't feel like is anything that we should be afraid of. So no fear mongering here. I feel like we are safe. This is just a progression that's on its way. So that's what I got for the UFOs, UAPs over Ukraine. Yeah, I'm starting to post witchy stuff on Pinterest. So if you're on Pinterest, check me out there. I will see you in the next one. As always, have a beautiful day. Don't forget that the magic you seek is within you.